inside my head. I won't forget the things you said. We are too young, we were so young. We should have known better. Nothing will ever change our minds. Cover your eyes and shut the lights. Just take my hands, let's take a chance. Ignite the sparks forever. We are taking control of our lives. Tonight we're flying high. We'll be running through all the stoplights. All will be fine in time. No one can stop us. Memories will guide us.
Hello Capricorn, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 13th of September until the 20th of September 2021. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Seven of Swords. You may be tempted to sneak away from a particular situation that is not working for you anymore, rather than dealing with it head-on. As you do not feel ready to deal with the issues, you are aiming for a solution where you can just escape and not have to worry about it all. Are you trying to run away from commitment, responsibility, hard work, or love? You may be procrastinating, letting problems slip and become worse because you do not want to deal with them. Sometimes you just have to face what has to be faced. So, the question is this realistic? Will this escape really accomplish what you want to and need to accomplish? Will it address the fundamental issues at hand here? The likely answer is no, and it may simply be an easy way out for now. You might think you have gotten away with something, but have you? What impact has your actions had on other people? Could someone else suspect something? Is this going to come back to bite you again? Even if you have managed to go undetected, be aware that in the long run, deception will not produce the rewards you desire and may instead cause significant damage to your relationships and reputation. Consider taking a more ethical and morally balanced approach to life from here on. On the flip side, the Seven of Swords asks you to be very cautious and wary so that you do not become a victim of someone else's deception, betrayal, cheating and false motives. You may trust someone who then turns out to be running their own agenda, leaving you high and dry. You need to be very careful of who you trust over these coming months, as you are at risk of being taken advantage of. Look out for any sneaky behavior and trust your gut instinct about when something does not feel right or is too good to be true. Sometimes, the Seven of Swords indicates a desire to go it alone. You want to discover, investigate, and solve every problem using only your own wits and resources. You may believe that you have a better chance at success if you act on your own accord, ignoring the advice or inputs of others. This approach is useful when you need to bypass an ineffectual group or assert your independence, but it can also have its limitations. You may end up feeling isolated and excluded, missing that great feeling of collaboration and synergy gained when you work with others. If you feel inclined to act alone, be sure this isolation will really work for you. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Ace of Swords. This card represents a period of great insight and mental clarity. It signifies a breakthrough or an aha moment where suddenly conscious understanding and mental reasoning reach their peak, and achievement of goals suddenly becomes a lot easier. You have a new understanding of some issue that has been of concern, or, in a broader sense, a new world view. This is a perfect time to clear away the fog that has kept you from seeing the inner truth, so that you can now cut to the heart of the matter. This is also a good time to act, and if you set your mind to accomplishing your goals, you can achieve anything you desire. The Ace of Swords highlights a new idea, inspiration, original thinking, and creative vision. It represents a point at which you have a new way of thinking and the energy to go with it. You are excited to pursue new opportunities that draw upon your creative and mental abilities. The Ace of Swords also encourages you to seek out the truth of the matter and to find justice. You may be championing a cause or standing up for your rights or the rights of others. Thus sometimes, the Ace of Swords can suggest that you are prepared for battle. You have great clarity on a situation and can now argue your case with the view to come out victorious. You may have a new idea for which you are ready to fight, or you may be all fired up on an issue that you are particularly passionate about, such as human rights, the environment, or your personal beliefs. This card invites you to use mental force and to use your intellect and critical reasoning. If faced with a challenging situation, you need to be ready for battle and be prepared to find the strength to overcome these challenges. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Six of Pentacles. You may have lent money to a friend or given someone a favor, but, in this instance, do not expect the money to be repaid or the favor to be returned. Or, you may expect it to be repaid but it never is. With this in mind, be careful about who you lend your money to, especially if you yourself are in financial trouble. While a generous spirit is a wonderful quality, you need to ensure that you are able to support yourself whilst helping others. You may have a tendency to spend or give away more than you can afford to. Be careful with the amount of debt that you get into. It is possible with the Six of Pentacles that you are getting in over your head and it will soon come back to bite you in excessive interest rates or personal threats if you are unable to pay it back in time. Be wary, too, of get-rich-quick schemes that are more likely to leave you with a hole in your pocket than a pile of cash. The Six of Pentacles sometimes reflects the selfish side of charity. In some cases, people give to others not for the benefit of the other but for the benefit of themselves. Be careful that you are not trying to prove to others that you are generous because you can give to the poor or the needy. Aim to give selflessly rather than selfishly. The Six of Pentacles also suggests that one partner is doing a lot of the taking but not a lot of the giving, thus creating an inequality in the relationship. You need to be careful that your generous spirit is not being taken advantage of and that you are not always the one making compromises for your partner's benefit. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Four of Swords. This is the time to build up your mental strength. Meditate and spend time in a calm atmosphere. You need to replenish your strength and spend time in spiritual thinking. You need to rest and relax. The Four of Swords is a reminder that after every crisis and before every new challenge, there is always a time of relaxation and contemplation. Constant stress and tension will break even the hardest and most resilient of people, but brief periods of rest enable you to refresh your energy, concentration, and focus, ready for the next challenge. These rests should be used wisely, to heal the body and ready the mind. The Four of Swords is also a sign that you can stop worrying, put down your defenses and take a breather from the chaos around you. For the moment there is a truce and you can catch your breath without being attacked again. However, bear in mind that a truce and peace are not the same thing. The Four of Swords is a guarantee that challenges will return to your life as soon as you are ready to face them, so make the most of the stillness and quiet you have earned, but never lose sight of the fact that the battle is not yet over, and that there is still work to be done. This card suggests that now is the time to rest from some difficult times, Perhaps the trauma of breakup or departure, relationship, or family problems, financial and health worries, stress, and conflict. Take a break. This is also not the time to make decisions, particularly when you are at your most vulnerable. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Six of Swords. You are trying to physically and mentally move from any past experiences which you know that have not been helping you. It is clear that you are experiencing some challenges in doing this, and no matter how hard you try to leave the past behind you, it keeps catching up with you. It is like there is something pulling you back to where you have come from, rather than allowing you to move on to new territories. What is hard is that there are a lot of unresolved issues from the past, which you had hoped you could just leave behind you, but they keep rearing their ugly head and preventing you from getting to that new place of being that you really want to be. There may also be moments when you doubt whether you are making the right decision in leaving behind your past, but this card gently encourages you forward, reminding you that you are heading towards a better future. This card may also suggest that you are resisting this necessary transition. Perhaps you feel that it has been forced upon you, or that you were not included in the decision to move. For example, your partner may be required to relocate for work and you must go along with him/her. What is important is that you look at the benefits of the transition rather than focusing on the drawbacks, so that even if this transition is out of your control, you can at least look forward to something and get some sort of personal value out of it. In a relationship reading where the relationship is relatively new, the Six of Swords may indicate that you have not moved on from a past relationship and are carrying a lot of baggage with you. You need to work hard at leaving this behind you, otherwise it will continue to plague your current and future relationships. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Page of Wands. You are experiencing a creative restlessness within you that is just waiting for some sort of expression, or you may be on the verge of some sort of discovery or new phase of life. The Page of Wands represents the sudden creative spark that comes to you, suddenly and unexpectedly, and that starts you down the road of a new creative vision. Thus, he encourages you to express yourself and your individuality with light-hearted abandon. Listen to your unconscious mind and follow your creative urges, even if you are worried about being the lonely voice crying out in the wilderness. With persistence and a balanced perspective, even the immature desires of the Page of Wands can be transformed into a beautiful creative vision that can change the world. Similarly, the Page of Wands indicates that you need to be positive and spontaneous but not overly impulsive. Your enthusiasm impresses others, but if you become impatient or quick to anger or lose interest, you will put others offside and you will waste time in your creative projects. With the Page of Wands, you are inclined to give anything and everything a go. If you are enthusiastic or passionate enough, you embrace the opportunity to start out on a new journey or project and see where it takes you. You do not necessarily have a solid plan in place, nor do you really know where you are headed, but you do know that you are excited about the possibilities. You are enjoying being busy and involved in various activities and projects. You like the freedom of being able to choose what you will work on today, and hopefully it is different from what you worked on the day before. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Divine Guidance. Trust and follow your intuition. It is God and the angels speaking to you. You are being divinely guided right now. The gut feelings you have, the knowingness, the visions, or the inner voice are all trying to tell you something, and it is very important that you trust and follow this guidance. If you drew more than one card, Pay close attention to the cards that are on either side of the Divine Guidance card. They contain important instructions for you. These nearby cards feature facets of the message that the angels seek to impress upon you.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.